Pisces, how you doing? Welcome to the first of two readings for the month of May. And we're going to be looking at your Astroflower, your elements and your qualities, and how they are combining with the elements and qualities of the sign at the moment, which is Taurus. So how they combine together, and then we will be doing, obviously, the card reading, the tarot reading at the end. So yes, let's just get in and have a look straight away at your Astroflower. Welcome to the Astroflower family. Thank you very much for being here. So I go on about pure signs. Okay, so there is 4 pure signs. There's 1 water, your good selves. There's 1 fire, Aries. There's 1 earth, Virgo, and the air sign is Libra. And you are that mutable aspect of it all, along with Virgo, your opposite sign. So you have this, as you can well see on your Astroflower, you have this water, this mutable water that goes all around you. This explains those 2 fish in the regards of the sign of Pisces. It pulls in both sense, and that's what mutable energy does. It can be either cardinal and it can also be fixed. It depends on the situation that's going through your life at the moment. And it tends to be how you interact that emotion with the world around you, rather than what's within you. Because once you start looking within you, there is a lot of fire. And this is what makes Pisces an incredibly flamboyant, emotional person, usually, in a very, very good way. It really is that fire that heats the emotions of the surface, like a beautiful sort of sauna or tropical beach with tropical waters. Absolutely beautiful energies that can come to the surface, usually incredibly artistic. Let's just have a look at the inner workings of the Astroflower for you. So here you have, on this side here, you have your relationship side and your financial side. And the first thing you should really notice is the volume of fire. You have that cardinal fire that's going through you from Aries, which is the sign next to you. So this helps you to get that passion in life. And when you work, you really do work, Pisces. You know, that is on your karmic path, and it runs right up through you, right up to the surface. So it's nice to be recognized by the people around you, the good quality hard work that you do, and you will appreciate that because of that cardinal fire that's coming through you there. On this side, you have that fixed air and fixed water from Aquarius. Now, this gives you fixed ideas about how you want your passions to be portrayed within you and the world that is around you. And it is driving that fixed emotional stability that you seek within you, but not necessarily what you receive on the surface. Okay? And that fixed element is that line or that cord that goes between the 2 fish's mouth on Pisces, and that helps to create that sort of scenario going on there. What you will notice from sort of the combining Astroflower of Taurus, you will have on this side here though that fire, that cardinal fire that comes through here from Aries. You can't actually see it on the flower here because I've got to redistribute the little symbols. Obviously, cardinal is triangle, mutable is a circle, and fixed is a fire, is a square. So you have this on this side here, which you have the fire and water that is on your karmic path and your relationship side. And this can create emotional complexities within the path that you need to take. It's never straightforward, Pisces, when it regards to relationships. It never seems to be straightforward. But inside of you, you have that cardinal earth and cardinal water, which comes from Cancer, which comes up through here. And because you've got that fire and earth, and fire obviously needs earth in order to burn, and then it will suck in the air, take the air through the fire and become water. So what you're doing here is actually, there is a lot of physical things on your karmic path at the moment that will be stimulating the emotional assessment of what you wish to engage in life in regards to relationships, and giving you a certain sense or stability to those emotions that is within your life. And if you look on your sign, you do have water, fire, water, fire, water, fire, all across the base of you. And that's what does create a lot of that emotional discharge that you have within you, which is fantastic if you can channel it in the right sort of sense. So that's on your karmic path here at the moment. And I think that's probably going to be the most trickiest thing. We'll see that on the cards with the tarot card as we're reading on the tarot cards. You get a similar sort of situation from the influence from the universe here. But on this section here, you have a lot of water and earth. So you have that fixed earth that comes in from Taurus on the outside here, because that's what we're going through. But within your sign, you have that fixed earth coming through here as well. So I think you're going to understand very clearly what you've been through, the experiences you've had over the past month, 2 months, since your birthday. It's going to be very clear for you in regards to sort of relationships. It doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. It just means what you're taking away from it seems to compute with you. It seems to work very clearly within your mind's eye, physically, of what is going on. Then in your future self, this is where you have a lot of the air and fire, which is now sucking that sort of productive side of that water and that earth together, which you can find as well on this section here. And you have the same sort of scenario here. And I think you're going to be, in the future, during this next 3 weeks, you're really going to be pushing your emotions out into life, testing things according to your passions that you get into the world. I will say that water signs do go very well with earth signs, because water and earth makes for incredibly productive times. On your financial side, it's slightly different. We've got much more. We've got the cardinal water that comes in from Capricorn, because as I say, there is only 4 pure signs. Capricorn is probably the best way to explain it. Capricorn is half a goat and half a fish. So it's 2/3 earth and 1/3 water. And this is where we can see that cardinal water, that sub-cardinal water of Capricorn that comes up through it, which does play into your waters as well, going through Taurus. So it's playing very nice and giving you, on your work side, emotionally, it's doubling up on the direction, emotional fulfillment on your karmic path, of the direction you should be taking. But it's also incredibly passionate. And this can create complications. It depends how you set it up, because you have that cardinal fire that comes through with that mutable water, mutable fire as well. So you've got water and fire. It's doubling up here. And I think it's going to make it for very passionate and explosive times for you over the next 3 weeks coming up. But you need to engage in that, because it's on your karmic path. On the influence on the universe here, you get that double air that's coming, air and water on the interior of you, and water and fire on the exterior. So on the exterior, I think where you're placing your passions, it's going to be, you'll get emotional coincidences that are connected to your passions within your life, which are going to trigger things or trigger developments within your life. And it's should give you sort of fixed emotional returns of what you place into life, which also allows you to play a little bit with that mutable air that is within you, so you can try things out. Above that, you've got that fixed and mutable water, fixed for earth and mutable water. And then you've got the cardinal earth from Capricorn with that mutable water from your good selves. And this allows you to play with things, as I said. So in the next 3 months and next 3 weeks, you should be really playing with those how you physically engage in life and how it sits with you morally, emotionally, etc., within your financial world. And I think it's going to give you a good direction, and it's going to make you feel like that you're in control of your own destiny. Because above it, in your future, you've got this driving earth that comes through you, this determination to get results within your workspace, is being driven by that air and fire, which is that crossing point just before your interaction with the outside world in the petal 10. And this is, it's very fertile land, it's very productive, and it's converting, giving yourself a direction from the past to the future, and it gives you a stability with that fixed earth that comes in from Taurus that gives you the results. And those results is going to make you either feel very good or or bad, depending on whether, you know, how you set things up. Not bad, but you know, you can roll with it. That's what I want to sort of say. So whether it's negative or positive, because sometimes you need a little bit of negativity in life in order to close off doors so you can open a much better door. That sort of thing. It's never really, I don't believe in negative and positive, just things are. And then obviously at the top there, it really does bode very well for sort of productive lifestyle. Okay, so let's do a bit of, let's go on to the cards now, shall we? And see what's going on that front. And we will bring in those elements and the combination between those elements and just see how it plays through on your tarot reading. 7 of Pentacles here. Nurturing your future. This is where we get the cardinal water and the cardinal earth. And I think is like, you know, it's going to be, you're going to be playing, your element's going to be playing a much more important role than Taurus's elements because it's influencing to you. So I think you get this sort of like, I think it's much more within your financial world at the moment, where you're starting to nurture those plans and those possibilities driven by the karmic path on your sort of financial side to do with your passions and your emotions. This is where you're going to notice which ones are worth the squeeze, as it were, which fruit is giving you the best results. And, you know, that's what nurturing is all about. Sometimes you need to prune. You know, I was doing the tomato plants with my father the other day whilst I'm here in the UK. And, you know, when you get a tomato plant and you get the leaves growing off and you get like what they call the greedy stem that grows between the two, you're supposed to break them off so then the actual real flowers that are much more developed can produce a lot better fruits. And I think this is what the overall energy is helping you to do in this next sort of 3 weeks. And it bodes very well for your winter period, because you're in your winter period. You'll be moving into your spring during Gemini. And during your winter period, this is where you start implementing the plans for your year, really planting the seeds more than anything else. And I think this is what you're doing. You're nurturing your future. And I think it is also both on your relationship side as much as on your financial side. On your karmic mission on your financial side, this is where you get the cardinal fire coming down from Aries that is coming through Taurus. And you've got that cardinal earth that's coming up from Cancer within you. And you have that fixed emotion and that fixed fire, there's fixed sort of sensation that on your karmic path to make sense of the emotions that's going on the outside world, you need to make sense of it within you. And I think this is where you need to go on a mission to understand that, to reveal that sense within you. And it seems to be tying into a lot more sort of fire, because you do have fire on both sides from the Taurus elements, but also from your own elements. And this is about going on a mission of love, going on a passionate mission within your relationship side of life, to understand what you need and what you want to fulfill you emotionally within your relationships. On your financial side, on the influence in your universe, you get the Tower. Yeah, I think this ties into that water fire element that's going on here. What seems to be coming in here from the universe, I think because you're going off on a mission, you're trying to make sense and make the emotions make sense within you and give you a lot more sort of clarity within the situation. Here, I think the universe is really helping you out. As I said, there's no negative and positive. Sometimes you need to shut off one door in order to open another. I don't think the universe is doing that. But I think the universe is bringing something to the surface that really gives you a stark realization about what is good and what is bad for you within your life, you know, only according to you. You know, we're no one's judge of anybody else. We're just a judge of ourselves. And I think this is where the universe is helping you to really sort the chaff from the wheat, get the dead wood out of your life. Yeah, from your past, you get the Justice card here. And I think this is where that fire and earth and that fire and water combining together gives you that, brings you back into that harmony, which is you've got that earth and water on the point of that petal there. That's what it's taking you to a very a situation that is being resolved in the past. And I think this is when it's being resolved. I think maybe there's connections with other people in the past that you didn't know about, that's going to make you kind of go, man, I didn't realize you were like that, you know, scenario. And it makes it a lot clearer for you to actually kind of go, in that case, I'm off on a mission. And that brings you back to a harmonious sort of state in according to what you've done in the past. It gives you a lot more sort of balance in a way. It gives you, I think it gives you reason, you know, according to the situation. It makes you realize it kind of going, you know, I was right sort of scenario. That's the sort of feeling I'm getting from it. Look at that. In the future, you get the Devil card, Capricorn card here. Attention to detail, possibly that's coming out from the here, because that's influencing onto your future self, the overall energies. And I do think because you get that cardinal fire coming through you, but also cardinal fire coming through from your Taurus, it gives you that sort of clarity of the finer detail. And also, because you've got that earth and water on the exterior of it, it's almost sort of saying to you here, your future self is, if you pay attention to the finer detail, you're not going to get caught up in scenarios and relationships that are dead end, basically. And obviously, I think there's someone that you might have been tied to in the past, that you're breaking those chains. You're in the process of breaking those chains. And I think maybe it could be someone who is a very controlling person, or you perceive to be as a very controlling person, you're getting justice from, and it's breaking you free and allowing you to go on that mission more than anything else. And it brings you victory. Yeah, it definitely, these, you know, it's the yin and yang. It brings you back to that harmony sort of thing, which we saw on the Justice card, because you're going off on that mission. And I think it's tied into how you direct your passions in life. And once you start walking away or driving away from an old way of life or old relationship, you're going to find yourself in a much more sort of comfortable, much more stimulating, emotionally stimulating relationship going forward. And I think you're going towards the discovering your own victory and your own control over the situation in regards to relationships that suits you, that sits well with you. On your financial side, Page of Pentacles. This ties into this here. And as I said, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what card comes out for here. You're really learning a lot about, and as I said, trying things out. And this is what that card is all about. The Page of Pentacles is learning to be the Knight of Pentacles, of where to plant your seeds for the longer term plans or the longer term benefits for you in regards to job, business and projects. All of a sudden, luck is shining upon you. It's making life, it's on your karmic path to go that way, to start discovering how you can be, or you can have the influence upon your own success or create your own success. And it seems like you've got a steady control over the situation. Influence from the universe, here you get the Nine of Pentacles. This ties into the overall energies. I think the overall energies and the universal energies are playing cahoots. The overall energies, which is this card here, sorry, and the overall energies here, which is like the immediate energies that are around you that you can connect to on a very fundamental level. And the universe here is that universal energy, which is slightly out of our reach. But it's showing here that if you do nurture your future and start exploring and experimenting and start realizing that you can cultivate your own future, you're going to get multitudes amounts of rewards from it. And I think the universe is encouraging that. And I think there's a lot of communication that goes along with that. A lot of emotional satisfaction in how you do things and what you do. You got the page of wands here again. So you got 2 pages now running down this side here. This is your past to your future. This is where you're connecting, you're exploring that passions, the connections between that double fire there, that fire and air on this side, air and water on this side here. You're exploring those sort of emotional sort of stability within your life according to how you can perceive or how you mentally engage in life. And this is that passion that comes through. It's, as I said, it will affect your relationship side, but you're learning about putting that into action so you can activate that water and earth at the moment and get the results. And this is what it's all about, nurturing the success for your own future. And out of this nurturing process comes choices, comes an evident path that you should be following according to what is working for you, according to what you put into it. So if you put $1 into something and you get $1.50 back, you know exactly if you put $10 in, you're going to get $15 back. If you try another thing and you kind of go, okay, I put $1 in and I get $3 back, you know what to do. It's not rocket science. And I think this is where it's giving you direction, a lot of direction in the future, and revealing to you what is really working in a good way for you more than anything else. What's the general outcome for you? King of Pentacles. Look at all these pentacles on this side. It's nothing but. There's only one wand here. It's nothing but pentacles. And I think this time of being in Taurus with earth energy is really helping you. Once you start recognizing in the future and in coming near future, recognizing what works for you, you're going to have that knowledge, which you're learning through the page of Pentacles. You're going to have the knowledge which is going to make you stand head and shoulders above the rest. So then basically, if you're going for a promotion or a new job, or if you want to explore a business or expand your business or start a project, it's through the understanding of how things work, which is going to give you that sort of that edge above, that cutting edge compared with all your competitors or the, other people or situations within your life. And that knowledge is going to make a lot of stability for yourself. I will say that this is a Taurus card, and it bodes incredibly well for you. If you really get into this rhythm, it's going to pay dividends for you. No doubt about it. Right, let's go on to a bit of Light Seer's card and just see what the qualifications on that is and how that's affecting you. With the 7 of Pentacles, you get the Judgment card here. I think it's an Ascension card. It's you. I think it's very much a Gemini card as well. It's you going from that Taurus card, that Taurus energy into Gemini. The overall energy is helping you to take a step up. And I think it's certainly within your relationship side. You're taking a step away from something that is maybe being a little bit destructive or nocive within your life. And it's giving you a realization. This is what it's doing here. This Judgment card here, you're responding to your karmic calling of what you should be doing in your life at the moment. And the overall energies that are around you is driving you in that direction. With the Knight of Wands, you get the Knight of Pentacles. Now this is where you get the Knight of Wands. This is the cardinal fire that comes through from Aries, which is in Taurus, and that cardinal earth that comes through from Taurus as well, that's playing into your life. And this is where you have that stability, where you can really get a quality of understanding of what you need to do in order to get the best results out of life. And planting those seeds for a brighter future is going to be very, very essential once you start going off on the mission. But you have to go on the mission in order to plant the seeds. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do it. You know, if you really passionately get involved in your emotions and your relationships that are around you and realize what works for you, and I think this is where you're understanding it, this is when you're going to know what not to plant your seeds in the going future. This tower moment here, I think what's happening here is the overall energy is creating situations where everybody around you will see the quality of your being, the quality of what your actions in life, your actions in regards to relationship side, and I think it's going to prove you right more than anything, that you have reason over the situation, and everyone's going to come in and say, "Oh, so yeah, that, you know, Pisces got a bit done over." You know what I mean? And you're gonna get a lot of support. I think the universe is bringing in a lot of support for you. Yeah, you're gonna get justice. This is according to. It seems like there's, you know, either you've been living with someone or something like that in the past, and there's been complications with, you know, bills or stuff like that. You know, in the past, you're moving away from that, and you're getting uh, closure on a lot of things in your life, which will allow you to free yourself up and go after that passionate mission, which will bring you into harmony, into a really nice, beautiful relationship, and letting go of all the bad stuff that you had in the past. Yeah, paying attention to the detail. This is going to bring you stability. This is, you know, King of Cups. Very much a sort of Pisces card in a way, although it's more sort of the Queen of Cups. But there is definite being in touch with your emotions to give you some physical results, and that plays into that sort of earth and water that is going through you. It's giving you a direction, but I would just be very attentive to the and calm about the situation and know the finer details, so then you don't get dragged off, and being calm about it and not getting dragged off down avenues of life that people that are trying to distract you, so you can actually concentrate on actually enjoying life. Yeah, and exploring, experimenting. And this is bringing into your life an incredible amount of healthy boundaries, which are going to be very, very beneficial for you in the future, which will allow you to open up and explore the missions that you are going on. It's all about exploring. That Eight of Wands that are in the background, you're taking that one, like the Knight of Wands there, and you're going off on a mission, and you're going to get some good results. The moment you start going off on that mission, you're going to get some good returns very quickly, in regards to emotions and relationships and so forth. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a new way of being for you, Pisces, and through small understandings which make big effects in your life. And that's what we can see where the universe is trying to bring into you. On your financial side, with the Page of Pentacles, what have you got to learn about this time, this over this period, for the next 3 weeks? Not giving away too much. You know, being very discerning about where you put your time, money, effort, energy into things. I think this is a real learning curve for you. I don't think you're holding on too tightly. There doesn't seem to be any sort of leap of faith. I think it's a very regimental, very steady, sturdy progression in life for you financially. But it will go a lot quicker, and you will get a lot better results if you are very conscious about how you put your time, money, and effort into things in life. It's all about the results for you. With the Nine of Pentacles, you get the Eight of Wands. Yeah, a focal point. This gives you a focal point. I think the universe here is sort of saying to you, if you do start learning about how to sort of apply yourself in your life, in your career path and your business or your projects or whatever you're doing, what it's sort of saying here is it's saying, if you do that, that's when you're going to get a real focal point of where you're going forward. And then that's when you're going to understand that having that focal point, and through the coincidences around you in a very physical way, it's going to stimulate those passions, which is going to allow you to see the abundance or the possibilities of perpetual gains as you go forward, as you put one foot in front of the other. Absolutely brilliant. Page of Wands, you get the Moon. The Moon card, surprises in the past, emotions that came to the surface, It's emotions that affected you physically more than anything else that you didn't see coming. And I think it's actually a good thing. It's almost as if like, you know, you apply for a job and they sort of turn around to you and you felt really good about it. And, you know, you sort of like, you felt the, you know, the interview went really, really well. And, but they turned around to you and said, no. It's a bit of a surprise. You kind of, oh. But because you're exploring and sort of learning about your passions, it's almost as if they sort of said, no, but we've got another job that's even better and that we think you'll be good at. I think it's a real bonus surprise for you that's been coming into the past. It's like you tried something, it didn't work, but then you realize that there's something else that's a lot more profitable and brings you a lot more results. What did I say about the $1, $1.50 return, or $1 and $3 return? This understanding and this realization of knowing what works for you and revealing that is going to bring you into your victory. And I think it's going to be a major driving force for you going forward. This understanding, this knowledge that you're bringing to the table sets you like a cut above the rest, as I said, and makes you feel like that this is exactly what I should be doing. It is a bit of a crowning glory sort of moment for you. And this makes for a lot of security, abundance, huge amounts of abundance within your life. Very solid, progressive path for you. And you get the hangman with this. Once you get this, and this is your general outcome for this whole thing, once you start getting this abundance, this knowledge, you can then start playing or looking at things in a different way in order to take it to the next level. With that security behind you is going to make you totally free, or feel free about pushing your career path in the right way. And in the next reading, which is coming up in Gemini times, you'll be able to see that a lot clearer of how this energy will be affecting you. It will be a little bit more trying for you in Gemini season. That is no doubt about it. But when life is trying, it allows us to actually seek to be the best example of ourselves and to see things in a different way because it's trying. And I think this security gives you a solid base that's coming out of this understanding of what really works for you, gives you a solid base to explore these beautiful avenues in the future. There you go. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you like these readings. You know, it's lovely to hear from you. If you want to ask any sort of questions, we will be answering it. If it's about energy and so forth, we will be answering that on Cymatic TV. The studios are not far from being completed. And then we will be able to really start opening up Cymatic TV, our sister channel, our channel all about energy. We've got a great video coming up about, I've been dealing with an energy portal in somebody's house, which is all to do with spirits and etc. and ley lines, energy lines. That's going to be coming out on Cymatic TV. So if you've got any questions, do ask it, because we will be doing sort of live videos and so forth, and having a sort of a members zone, as it were, for the Astroflower, so you can ask questions and help you to develop and be, help you to be the best example of yourself, to really get the best out of life, because that's what it's all about. So either I'll see you over on Cymatic TV or I'll see you here, whichever way it is. It'd be lovely to see you everywhere. And yeah, your interaction with the Astroflower family is absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much for being here. And don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.